Jason Shurka left a successful career in commercial real estate to found and promote Unifyd Healing. Now, if you're wondering what all that is, then don't worry, because Jason joins us now to shed some light on the subject. Good morning, Jason. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for having me.
As I mentioned, you previously worked and successfully in commercial real estate. So why did you decide to pivot to health?
You know, you can only do so much when it comes to fulfillment and satisfaction of buying and selling buildings. It wasn't for me. It was a path of success, and it was a path that was set for me, but I just felt like I was here to do something a whole lot bigger. And thankfully, over the past 2 years, we've been able to succeed in helping tons of people all around the world.
So what exactly is Unifyd?
Unifyd Healing is a network of wellness centers that's focused on the energy enhancement system technology. And under 2 years, we've opened about 400 wellness centers in just about 50 countries around the world. We're seeing tens of thousands of testimonials being sent in basically all the time at this point across the board. And it's really bringing people back to their own ability to heal themselves. And that's a really pivotal point here. It's not that the technology is healing you. It's that the body heals itself when given the proper environment to do so.
So you mentioned energy environment. What kind of interesting things have you seen from that?
You know, when I first saw this technology, I was skeptical. I didn't really buy it, especially coming from my real estate and business background. What got me was my aunt. She had a 13.5 centimeter cystic fibroid in her uterus. And in just about 4 hours of using this technology, when it first came to my awareness about a year and change ago, almost 2 years ago, she was back to herself in about 4 hours. But still, I was like, maybe placebo, the power of thought, it wasn't enough. And at that same time, my sister's dog, he's a little toy poodle, we found a 4 centimeter tumor in his neck. We put him in the technology. 3 nights later, about 30 hours in the technology, it was gone. And that's when the placebo theory kind of went into the garbage, because I started seeing it work on animals.
You recently sat down with Tony Robbins and, chatted with him about alternate medicine. How was that? How did that go?
Tony gave me a call one day. I didn't know him at that time. It was about 8 months ago, and left me a voicemail, didn't have the number of my phone. And he said, I hear you're the guy. I want to experience this technology. I want to have this technology in my home. So he actually invited me to his home. I interviewed him about the technology as well. It's in his home now, and he's experiencing awesome results. He's seeing people around the world experience awesome results, and he's just on board on the mission to really help bring more awareness to this and to Unifyd Healing as a whole.
I mean, it's not just commercial real estate and moving into Unifyd that you've ventured into. You've also executive produced a movie, which is The Sound of Freedom. What led you into that aspect of the industry?
Really the same mission of what Unifyd Healing stands for. It's not just about helping the world as a whole, but there's a focus on our next generations, on our younger generations, on our children. Sound of Freedom is a true story about helping sex-trafficked children. And what better way than to help children with certain modalities that can help them overcome those hardships and traumas and so on and so forth. So I felt that it was a perfect alignment. The energy enhancement system and myself came in to help fund that movie and bring it to fruition.
Jason, how do people find out more about what you are doing with Unifyd Healing and any opportunities you also might have within the organization?
Sure. So unifydhealing.com, spelled right behind me, UNIFYD healing.com, is where people can learn more about how they can open a center, where people can find a center near them. There's over 200 centers in the United States, centers in over 50 countries around the world. Unifydhealing.com is where they can learn more. And I look forward to working with aligned people that are here to not just build a business, but really help the world become a better place.
Jason, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you for spending it with us. And for everyone watching at home, head to unifydhealing.com for more info.